Happy New Year, everyone. And wow, 2025, here we are. Um, this is a great privilege, guys, for God to give us another opportunity for us to meet here again in 2025. I think this is historic, okay? This is historic. And I strongly believe that our names shall be written in the history book of this community. And I am so proud and honored, and I'm grateful to God for the strength, the perseverance, everything we have gone through in this community up to date. And I want to appreciate all the leaders again, as always, who has been here, who has been supporting us to see. Guys, this is more than 7 years that I'm here hosting you. I think that even when I go on retirement, the admin has to give me some medal because, of course, at one point in time, I'm getting older also. I will definitely need to rest and do other things. 7 years hosting you, I think this is one of the most difficult job I've ever done in my entire life. So, guys, one of the community that have been here for so long. And of course, not forgetting our admin, who used to be our IT manager. And today he's the main captain of the ship. You know what that means, guys? It means that he has been here from day one. And his name also shall be written in the history book of this community. Guys, we started this community, lots and lots of ups and downs. I can feel the vibes. We are bouncing back. We are about 9,000 active members so far. We just need 100. We just need like 900 and something persons to be active. And then we start doing some very beautiful things. And I strongly believe that we are going to do it. I strongly believe so. We are so close. We are so close. And we'll do it. Appreciating all the leaders from all over the world. I can't even mention all your names here. I don't want to be biased, but guys, you guys are doing a fantastic job. You know what? You guys are awesome. You guys are champion. I think we should call on the admin and wish him a happy new year. Hello, admin. Happy new year. Hopefully, you and your family are doing great as we embrace the beginning of this year.
Sorry about
Okay.
that. Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you, MB. Welcome to our founders meeting for January 8th, 2025. And as MB just said, we are in a historic moment. It is taking a couple of moments, but we're right on the cusp of getting all the things that we've worked for all of this time. We're getting so close. I do want to go ahead and share my screen and go over things, but I do want to take just a moment, as Mbe just did, to appreciate all the hard work of our leaders, all the members of Nigeria, Bangladesh, the Philippines, India, and South Africa. Those countries have really stood up and put us back on the track to success. And I want to make sure that we recognize that this is definitely going to be a historic moment coming forward. And I do want to address one thing that was kind of discussed in the Telegram chat yesterday, and that is just a little bit of a drop in our membership. So at this time last week, we were very close. We were about 700 members away from reaching 10,000. Today, we are about 900 members away. So it's not as far away as we would think. We did have some 300, 400 members fall off in January, and that is simply because their sponsor didn't keep them in the loop, didn't recommend and remind them that this is a monthly commitment for the next 3 to 6 months to get us where we got to go. And I want to make sure that I uh, pass that information along. So let me go ahead and share my screen and let's get into the details of our first meeting of the year of 2025. All right. So on our that why do we always go there first? So on our dashboard, all right. So we're updated. We've got 9,015 members. I did speak with one or two leaders that had a significant presence in the month of December, and they assure me that they are going to bolster up our numbers by 200 or 300 by the next founders meeting. So we are going to be back in that probably 200 or 300 more by the next founders meeting. So I was really hoping that we were going to get to 10,000 by this founders meeting so we could have that ultimate celebration. But I suspect that by the next founders meeting, we will be doing that celebration, and I look forward to that. So we've got our countdown on the dashboard, and this is just to the end of the day on January 1st, server time. I want to be very clear that this time is not midnight your time. It's not midnight my time. It's midnight in Great Britain, probably, where the server time. So this is 0000 hours Zulu. This is 0000 hours GMT. This is when the official day starts and the official day ends as far as servers worldwide work. So I understand everybody has their own time zone, but this countdown is the countdown for the server. This is the one you want to pay attention to. If you wait until midnight your time, that could be too late. If you find out that you get to midnight your time, it could be you might still have some more time, depending on where you are in the country or where you are in the world. Um, So the membership, I believe we are definitely going to be hitting 10,000 very soon, and I'm going to go over what's going to happen. I've been very clear in blogs and in conversations before what exactly is going to happen when we hit 10,000 members, but I'm going to reiterate that here on our meeting so that you can understand it and know where we've got to go. So we've got a lot of members in the Telegram group that are popping in just to see, are you there yet? Are you there yet? Did you get there yet? Are you at 10,000 so that they can join in and not miss out on this opportunity? Unfortunately, we have people that are like that in our community. And those people that have that mentality and those people that have that mindset, they don't really, they want to see us succeed and they'll be there to cheer us on when we do succeed, but they're not pulling the weight. They're part of the problem and they're not part of our solution. So if you see anyone who is like, oh, well, what happened? The membership dropped, just ignore them and don't waste any of your positive energy on members who literally I've got one guy who came to me on Telegram. He's like, hey, what happened with the members? You should definitely be, promoting and pushing and whatever. And I looked the guy up and he only has one active sponsor, but he has 48 downlines and they haven't been active in 2 years. So this guy is clearly just harassing me and he wants to harass you. And I don't want our community to think for one moment that we are not going to make it to our goal. We are, it's coming. And it is just a little over 9,000 or 900 members away. And just to put everything into perspective, that one day that we lost uh, 300 or so members, well, that was a day in December that we gained 300 members. So it can happen. It will happen. It can happen overnight. Members can wake up and say, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me get on that." We do not have any penalties for paying late, but obviously, if you don't stay active, you are going to miss out on things. So when I issue rewards, if you're not active when the rewards are being issued, you don't get them. So you want to stay active. You want to make sure that you keep your account active as best you can. If you are stewarding or if you are looking over other people's accounts, you should know that you do have a place where you can keep track of where your referrals are, and that's under your is it on your account? I'm sorry. It is under engagement tools now. So under engagement tools, you have your referrals. This is all your referrals. This tells you when they expire. This tells you when they last paid. And this is information that you can use to keep track of your your referrals. So in your account, if you're responsible for someone, that's where you find that information, and it's been there for years. So please take advantage of that. It's there for you to keep track of your referrals, especially if you're the one that's making the payment on their behalf, or if you're communicating with me to do SBC 10 for them. Um, Another thing is that if you do not have the option for SBC 10, and this is a returning member, you've got to come to me for that. There is no, if the system doesn't recognize that they're eligible for SBC 10, just come to me on Telegram and I'll get it taken care of. It happens very quickly. I'll send you a message back telling you that you're all set and everything's good to go. So let's scroll down. Let's take a look at this fantastic SBC current price. This is the highest price that SBC Gold has ever been. And we're on our way to 0.055. Once we hit 0.055, SBC Gold will be accepted for SBC Full and SBC Light. And if the system allows you, it will allow you to do it by SBC 10. I will not have the capability, and I apologize for this, I will not have the capability to do SBC 10 payments directly to me through your custodial wallet. I will try and see if I can get that operational, but I have a feeling that the price isn't going to stay at 0.055 for a tremendous amount of time unless we work together to understand that keeping that price high means that our members need to engage in SBC Gold. As you can see, we have a SBC Gold holders number here, and that is 2,844 members of the 9,000 that we have active. So there are a lot of members in our community that are active, but only about a quarter of them actually have, or a third of them actually have SBC Gold in their wallet. And some of those people who have SBC Gold in their wallet have a very small amount because they were given the gift or something of that nature. And this does not include active members. It doesn't tell you which ones are active and which ones are inactive. I did do a little report last week where I revealed that about 1,200 of these 2,800 members are actually active members. And there are a lot of members who hold SBC Gold and their account's not active. So I do expect maybe even those 1,200 members when we reach 0.055 will be able to utilize their SBC Gold and get their accounts active, and that'll push us over our 10K. So we're pulling out all the stops. We're pulling out all of our tactics that we can to get where we need to go. If SBC Gold gets us the remaining members that we need to 10,000, that is fantastic. If we can do that before SBC Gold makes it, that's also fantastic. There was a big, large purchase and a big push yesterday for SBC Gold, and that's what pushed that price up. There are two orders in the queue right now, and taking a look at those orders, those are for $10 and $11 respectively. So there's not really a lot of SBC Gold activity going on here. Just purchasing $10 of SBC Gold through your custodial wallet is going to be a big deal, but eventually you're going to need it for your SBC BO. So getting that full $33 or $17 worth is definitely going to help you going forward. The other thing that I wanted to go down to, like say, this is our price chart, and you can see that through our management of SBC Gold, we've kept that price just continually pushing up and up and up and up and up, despite the fact that we had one member who took advantage of the price of SBC Gold and sold their coin, which was probably pretty foolish for them because we've made all of that momentum back, and now they don't have their SBC Gold. They they checked out too soon. So unfortunately, that member is losing losing that opportunity. Wanted to go through our other two promotions or other two activities that we've got going on under engagement tools. We have the ABCs of sponsorship. This has not updated because it's still early in the month. In last month, Joy Bangladesh, Boss Dubai City, and BD House were our level A, level B, and level C members. So what did these guys receive? So Joy Bangladesh, all of her 36 sponsors or all of her 36 referrals, they got a 1 month extension from the administration. Boss Dubai City, they got 145 of their referrals on a 1 month extension, and BD House got 266. So this is the benefit as being a active sponsor is you get to carry on your your membership, your referrals into the next month. And each one of these sponsors received a 2 month extension in their SBCBO. So we're doing what we can to promote the leaders of our community to work hard, and we reward them with keeping their members active so that they can continue the good work and expose the next group of members that they need to bring in and return to our community. So that's the ABCs of sponsorship. This updates this chart down here updates on a this is in real time, but the chart up above is the leaderboard for last month. So this is going to update. One thing to keep in mind is that where it has returning members, if these members do not stay active, which they should, but if these members do not stay active, they fall off of this as well. So it's a live chart. Let's go on to the final of the 3 week trifecta. So this was the last 3 weeks of December, and we upped the from I think we had three. Yeah, we had three leaders in the first 2 weeks, but in the last week we upped it to 20. And just scrolling through this, you can see that there's a very big contrast between the person that's in first place and the person that's in 20th place. Although we appreciate every single one of our sponsors, obviously BD House and Boss Dubai City and Joy Bangladesh were the hardest working of our uh, excuse me, sponsors, and they were the ones that were able to get into the top of the of this contest. Now we're not going to continue contests throughout our education phase, but we are going to do that until we reach our goal, which, once we get to 10,000, um, we're going to be able to support these contests. But once we hit that 10,000, once we start into getting the sponsors on board with our program and then also start the education program, we're not going to need these contests. We're there. There's no need to push. What's going to end up happening though is you're going to see a lot of these members who've been sitting on the sidelines. They're going to be like, okay, now it's my time, and they're going to come back in and they're going to join us, and hopefully they'll have the wherewithal to stay with us. So that's good. So that contest ended. Just to keep in mind what these guys received, each of them received a portion of SBC Gold. Each of them received a portion of the SBFC2 in the pre-buy, and they received SBC for their efforts. That chart is in the blog on how much they received. But the current promotion is the 2 week double promo. Started on January 3rd. And it ends on the 17th for the first week. And this is pretty simple. This keeps track of how many active or how many members of their team have paid this week, and we are rewarding the top five. So in this top five category, Lady Jane has the largest count with 18 of her referrals making payments this week to get us get active, and on the remainder of them. So South Africa, Bangladesh, Ivory Coast, and even the United States, which is a pleasant surprise. So we expect that towards the end of this week on the 17th, I do expect that Ivory Coast is going to represent pretty hard, and obviously Bangladesh and India as well. So I'll go over the blog and let you know what the rewards for this. I don't have them on this page, obviously, but we'll go and we'll take a look. And might as well go and do that right now. So let's go and take a look at our blogs. The Waterfall for All is launched. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but here's the 2-week double promo. So round one goes from January 3rd to January 17th. First place is 800 USD in SBC Gold with a bonus of 3,000 SBC. Second place gets 500, third place gets 400, fourth place gets 200, and fifth place gets 100. So this is a total of 2,000 USD per round that is being issued in SBC Gold. And also each one of them receives a 3,000 SBC bonus. So a lot of people have asked, well, how do you do this? I mean, how does this promo work? Well, simply have your referrals make a payment in this month or in this week, these 2-week cycle. So if you have referrals that are due and they make their SBCBO, that's going to count for you. If you have returning members, go ahead and get them done too. It doesn't matter what plan they're on, if they're on SBC Full, SBC Lite, or SBC 10, they count. Let's go over the January rewards real quick. There had been some changes, and I want to explain those changes just so you know. For our membership reward, it's still 1,000. So if you're an active member, you're still receiving 1,000 SBC just for being active in the month. If you bring a new member in, you will receive a 1,000 SBC bonus for them, and that's issued on the first of the month, and it's only going to be a one-time reward. So if you brought in a new member in the month of January, on February 1st, you're going to receive a 1,000 SBC reward for that. For the sponsors, well, the new member receives, I'm sorry, the new member receives a 1,000 also. So like the sign-on bonus is a 1,000, and also they get their 1,000 for, so a brand new member will receive 2,000 altogether. For the sponsors, they also receive 1,000. So if you are a sponsor and you've brought 100 new members into the community in the last month, you'll receive 100 times 1,000 SBC as your sponsor's bonus. So it's very important to be a sponsor. If you want to be earning SBC, this is the best way to do it. Is by bringing new members. They are one-time only rewards. So as if you want to keep receiving large amounts of SBC, you just have to find new members to join. For the returning side, this is what's kind of confusing to some of our members, and I want it to be very clear. If a member is a returning member, that they've been expired for a period of time and they return to us, we mark them as a returning member, and then we keep track of them, but they have to stay active for 2 months. They have to stay active for 2 consecutive months. So if you brought a new member in December, they've got to also be active again in January, and then in February, you'll receive the reward for that. And so will they. If they're an active member that is a returning member, they're going to still receive their 1,000 for being an active member, but they won't receive that bonus until they've been active for 2 whole months. So read this very carefully. It is as clear as I can make it, but there's a lot of people that say, oh, I brought returning members back in December. Oh, they got to come back in January too. So make sure that they stay active. And we'll talk about that abandonment policy here in a minute. The last thing I wanted to go over is our SBC Gold plans for 2025. So previously, we were giving away the SBC Gold gift, and on January 11th and 12th, all active members are going to receive 20 SBC Gold as the gift for being active. So that is going to be over 9,000. I think we might have been around 8,000 something or whatever in December. I'm not really sure how many active members we had at that time on that day, but the system will tell me. But those active members will receive SBC Gold, 20 SBC Gold for being an active member. And that is going to discontinue. So we are not going to be giving a gift of SBC Gold going forward. SBC Gold has already proven that it is a valuable coin, and we have exceeded the price on SBC Gold that we've previously got up to before. Also, the incentive for $33 of SBC Gold is a purchase to match. We are not going to match that anymore going forward either. The matches have already been issued. The ones that did purchase SBC Gold in the month of December did receive their $33 of SBC Gold as a match. And we're discontinuing that because, again, the price of SBC Gold is going up. And the incentive doesn't need to be there. The incentive is going to be to the positive buying pressure is going to come from our members who are required to use it to make their SBCBO. Now you can still do USDT to make a SBCBO payment, and you'll be able to do SBC Gold once we reach 0.55. When the value drops to 0.045, which is a whole 10-cent drop, then the payment option will temporarily close. And then we'll have to push it back to 0.06. And then there will still be that 10-cent or excuse me, that 1 cent drop in between pushing up and deactivating. So these changes are coming forward. So why are we doing these? And that is just because as the SBC system is maturing, the ecosystem, it's time for us to transition from being incentivized to being an integral part of our member experience. So whether it's an optional payment method or a tradable currency, SBC Gold's value is in your hands. So use it wisely and watch it grow. And the last thing I wanted to go over before I get into my details on the Waterfall and also the SBC private fund is to talk about our abandonment policy. On August 21st, we announced that we were going to be issuing an abandonment policy. So in a nutshell, very simply, the administration is paying for the custodial wallets that you keep your SBC Gold in. And if you are not remaining active, we don't know if you're ever going to be active again. So stewardship of your SBC Gold requires you to be an active member. And if you are not keeping your account active, we don't know that you're going to just abandon your SBC Gold. Many of our members were given SBC Gold as an incentive, as a gift, but those members did not remain with us, or they did not purchase anymore. There are a lot of accounts out there that have 20 or 30 or 50 SBC Gold. We are going to recoup that if you're not an active member. There are still members who have purchased SBC Gold back at the time when we had our pre-buy, and some of those members aren't even active. There's one member that has over $2,200 worth of SBC Gold in their account, and they haven't been active since September. So for the last 3 months, they haven't even been active. And so again, on August 21st, we issued this abandonment policy. It has been more than 90 days. So we are within our policy details to go ahead and remove the SBC Gold gift that you were given, and put your SBC Gold that you have into cold storage. We will record it for you. If you come back, we'll issue you a new wallet and we'll put it back in there. So we're not going to take your SBC Gold from you. We're just going to reclaim the gift because the gift was given to you under the circumstance that you keep your account active. You didn't do that. That's no longer a gift. That's just something we're going to reclaim. So that's been there for that's been at the bottom of the blog. As you can see, this abandonment policy has been at the bottom of most of the blogs, specifically ones that refer to rewards and refer to SBC Gold. So we did give plenty of notice, and just an FYI, that's what we're going to be doing. In mid-December, we actually ran out of custodial wallet addresses and had to purchase another block. So that was very costly for us to do so. And I think that the entire community can understand that if you're not maintaining your account, then what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to continue paying for it on your behalf when you're not active. We can't do that. So not to be a downer in this particular moment, but again, we have had this policy for the last 90 days, and it's important that our members keep track, because what we're going into, particularly with the SBC fund, I know that it's 3 to 6, maybe even 7 months away, depending on when we reach 10,000, but it is something that you have to be consciously aware of. You have to be a steward of your account, and that means you have to be awake, you have to be paying attention, you have to be engaged. The reason why we call it the SBC back office is because it is an office. Like you go to work every day, you check into an office, or someone who you work for has an office. There is a place where you keep track of everything that's going on with your business, your employment, and whatever. That's what this is. This is a responsibility to maintain your SBCBO so that you can keep track of your resources and your wallets and your referrals and whatnot. All right, the last thing I wanted to go to is the Waterfall. So we've launched the Waterfall for public consumption. And what I mean by public is it's still private, still a private website, but it is available to non-SBC members. You do not have to be an actual active SBC member to come to the Waterfall. So the Waterfall program is the ticket to turning a modest $10 contribution into a community-driven financial growth system, a pay-it-forward system. With 5 progressive tiers, each slot you hold has the potential to grow exponentially as the program flows. The best part is you're in control. Contributions keep the momentum going. Strategic withdrawals at higher tiers help maximize your financial outcomes. Join it today and contribute consistently and see how the Waterfall program can help you achieve your goals. If you are an active member of SBCBO, you cannot log in here because you don't need to. The Waterfall is in your back office. It is the same exact Waterfall. So when I go to here and I go to the Waterfall, I go to contribute to the Waterfall, it is the same exact page as if I am logged in and go to contribute to the Waterfall here. Oh, that's wonderful. Why is that not working? Ah, boy. Okay. So that's broken. I will get that fixed. But again, it is the same page. So when you go to the Waterfall contribution page, that is there. Again, there's a video here on how to use your shared wallet. People have been asking in the Telegram group, how do I use my shared wallet to pay for the Waterfall? There's a video right there. It's been there since the shared wallet's been active. It's one of my videos, but if one of our other members can go through there and send me a video in French or in Hindi or Bangla or the Philippines, any of you guys want to help me put a video there that's in a language that your community can understand, I would be more than happy to put that video there. So please, if you have that, contact me on Telegram and we'll do that. But the waterfall is the simple registration process. There are no referrals required. Go away. So there are no referrals required. You just go ahead and hit register. And it's the same referral process that you've seen before. It does say the sponsor is admin. I'll probably get that taken out of there in the bottom. Um, if you are a member of the Waterfall for All program and you want to join SBC, you can do that very simply by going, when you have Waterfall funds to be an active member and you want to use that to join, you can join through your Waterfall contribution page. So let's go to the contribution details. So if you're in the Waterfall for All program and you want to become an SBC member to join us in the SBC private fund going forward, then you would be able to do that by just simply coming in here, selecting a tier where you have an allocation that has enough funds, and then you put your email address in here. As soon as you do that, it moves you from the Waterfall program into SBCBO. So it's very simple. It just moves you right over, and you are now a member of SBC, and you'll count towards the SBC private fund. I want you to also be very clear that members who join the Waterfall program do not count towards our membership. They're not members of SBCBO, so they are not counting towards our membership until they actually decide to join, and that's totally up to them. If they want to do that, they can. They can also go through and do the excuse me. They can go through and they can do the withdrawal process just like any other member can. It's all the same. They can even purchase SBC Gold if they'd like, but they would do it as a non-member. But of course, as we all know, SBC Gold and SBFC2 are for members. So we would assume eventually that some of these members that join the Waterfall program want to see what it's all about. They can go ahead and do that on their own, and then they can join our community when they are ready. So I do have some work to do, obviously, to fix that Waterfall programming. It might just be my tablet. I know that my tablet doesn't work as well as the regular PC does. I haven't heard any complaints about it, so maybe it's not that bad. Okay, so let me take a few moments to address where we are, where we're going, what we do when we get there, and what our next destination is. So we are at 9,017 members. At the moment that we hit 10,000 members, that is going to be an indication to our community, to our sponsors, that we are ready to proceed. At that time, I'm going to set a meeting with the sponsors, and we are going to start working on drafting our legal framework for the SBC private community. That legal framework will be issued to entities and governments throughout the globe, indicating who we are and what our goals are and what we plan to accomplish. So that will put us into our own private society as we once were in the Kringle private society. So it's basically the same structure. That process takes about 3 to 6 months. And during that process, the legal team will be sending legal notices out to the entities that are required to receive them and waiting for responses back or no response back. If we receive a response back, we have to respond to it. If we do not receive a response back, then we indicate to them that a lack of response is essentially a acknowledgement of our system, our community. That process will take 3 to 6 months. It really depends on how quickly we get responses and how much detail we have to push in order to get our goals met. The SBC private fund will not open until we have complete 100% containment of our legal status. We cannot access one dime of the SBC private fund until our legal status has been established, and that's something that I get a lot of comments on. A lot of members are, well, why can't we just start the fund with 9,000 members? Well, you don't have a petition for one, and you don't have a legal structure. And this is the way that it is going to be. This is I've been stating for over a year now how this process works, and we are not able to put one process before another. 10,000 legal structure fund. It happens in that order. It can't happen in any other order. So that is what our legal team is going to be doing during that 3 to 6 months. What are we going to be doing? What is the SBC community going to be doing during that 3 to 6 months? Well, that's very simple. We're going to be cultivating new members, cultivating existing members, and cultivating returning members, just like we have been. So that process will continue, but the SBCBO is going to change. There is going to be no focus on contests, no focus on any promotions or anything of that nature. The focus of SBC and your SBCBO is going to be on education. That education is going to be custom tailored for each of, I have 10 leaders of the community that will be educators. Those 10 educators will be tasked with taking a curriculum that is provided by our sponsors and provided and advised by our founders team to put together and create an educational package that our members will go through. It'll be videos that they'll watch. It'll be written uh, documents that they will review, and there will be checkpoints along the way. And those checkpoints are simply like just a little question here and there. Are you paying attention? Do you know what sovereignty is? Do you know what an economy is? It's going to be very simple educational tools. Nobody will fail as long as you pay attention, as long as you do the work. You can't possibly fail. You will be better for it at the end. And once the SBC private fund actually launches, you will know how to access those funds. You will know how to use those funds. You will have all of the tools and resources available to you to know how to navigate that SBC private fund. And when I say that, a lot of people are like, "Oh, are we going to get a bank card?" I don't know if it's going to be a bank card. I don't know if you may choose to find a way to utilize the bank card. Um, Nobody's going to give out a MasterCard. You're not going to get an SBC MasterCard. MasterCard's a broken system. Visa is a broken system. We're not going to be giving those things out. That's not how the SBC private fund is going to work. The SBC private fund will work through technology that will be on your cell phone, or it could be on a device. We are going to be developing that technology. That's the other team. That's the other side. So what are you going to be doing during that 3 to 6 months is you're going to be learning. You're going to be educating. You're going to be staying active. You're going to be telling all your friends and family and your community that this is the way to go. This is what you want to do. You want to join us and become a part of our community as well. One thing I want to make absolutely clear is that any user of the SBC private fund is not in competition with another. You will not be some robber baron you will not be a prince while your neighbor is a pauper. You will all be on equal ground when it comes to the SBC private fund. You will be sufficiently able to live your life without poverty, with relative comfort, and the ability to do good things. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be buying houses and buying yachts and buying skyscrapers and buying small islands or trying to buy Greenland like our President Donald Trump is trying to do. You're not going to buy Greenland with your SBC private fund. What you are going to do is you're going to stabilize your living conditions. You're going to improve your lifestyle by improving the food that you're having access to. You're going to be able to improve your community. You're going to be able to uplift everyone around you, not just yourself. So don't look at the SBC private fund as it is a singular way to get rich. You will have um, what's the word for it? You're not going to be a rich person. You're going to be affluent enough where you do not have any care or needs. Your needs will be met essentially. So that is what the SBC private fund is going to bring to you. So why am I saying all this? The reason why I'm saying this is because for you not to be sharing this possibility and this potential with your neighbor or a member of your family, for you not to be communicating that, hey, I'm working in this community and we're going to be doing these great things, and I want you to be a part of it, just like I am. For you to hold on to that and gatekeep for that for another is something that you definitely that's not the mentality that we're looking for. We're looking for compassionate. We're looking for sharing people. Nobody wants to be in poverty. Nobody wants to see anyone else suffer. If you see a person, like for instance, in where I live, it's cold and there are people who are living on the street. They don't have anything. The first thing that I'm going to do when the SBC private fund happens is I'm gonna get them a hotel room. I'm gonna get them a good meal, and then I'm gonna bring them into SBC, and I'm gonna give them a job. I'm gonna give them a job, and I'm gonna get them back on their feet, and I'm gonna remove them from the street. That's what I want to do, and I can do that with countless people, and you could do that with countless people. Those people are there waiting for us to succeed. So please, if you have the understanding of where we're going, don't go there alone. Take everybody and anybody that you can with you, because once we get there, we're all coming up. Um, so that's what you guys are doing. The last part is what is SBC administration doing during this time, during that 3 to 6 months. I'm going to be working very closely with sponsors. I'm going to be working very closely with my tech teams. Right now, my tech team is kind of small, but we will be expanding that tech team because we'll be able to do so. When I expand that tech team, we're going to start working on different ways to make it easy for you to get access from your SBC wallet to your everyday banking life. There are definitely going to be connective tissue that needs to happen between getting that fund um, from your SBC wallet into your smartphone or into a like a tracer device or something of that nature. We are going to work on how that technology is going to go there. It's always evolving. So 6 months ago, I gave you a website to go take a look at, which was Glint, and they allow you to purchase gold, and you can buy gold, and they hold on to it, and it's attached to a debit card, and you can buy gold through your bank account, and it's in your account, and you can use it as gold, and you can swipe your debit card, and it's used as gold. It takes whatever the current rate is and converts that gold into USD or whatever your fund is. Or you can turn that gold into USD and put it into uh, a spendable balance on your card and use it through the card that way. So that is the technology that already exists. That's technology that we had envisioned maybe 8 years ago, but it exists today. It's been around for probably the last 2 years, and that is exactly how our system can work. But instead of it being gold, gold is what backs SBC, and SBC, you can either use it as SBC and it does whatever the current rate is, uh, by the grain of gold, or you can convert that SBC to a spendable amount and deposit that into a bank account, or you can pay a bill with it, or whatever. So there's going to be multiple ways in order to do that, and that's what you're going to learn during your education process. You're going to learn how to do that. You're going to be able to navigate those financial waters, as we say. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a fantastic 2024, especially the last month, December. A little bit of November was pretty exciting, but December certainly has shown me that we are finally ready to move into that big step. We're going to put our big boy pants on, and we're going to move into the next phase of SBC, and an economic phase that you have been promised for so long. We're so close to that. So let's continue our push to get to 10,000. I'm hopefully expecting. I've seen it happen. In the last week, we were able to get from 8,000 to 9,000. So I know we can do this. I'm going to be working with an Ivory Coast leader, and a leader from Nigeria as well, to see if we can get their numbers back up and make sure that they stay active. So we are going to get to that 10,000 here very soon, and I hope that it is by the time of our next meeting, and we will have we'll have a big old celebration. Um, at that time, I'm hopefully going to be calling on a couple of our leaders, particularly our leader from Bangladesh, one of our leaders from India, leaders from Nigeria, and South Africa, to carry most of the weight of our congratulatory and celebratory meeting. So I'll be talking with them this week as well, especially as we get close to that. So you will be hearing from at least six of our prominent SBC leaders, and that will be a wonderful celebration. And I want to welcome you all to uh, the next phase of SBC. We're almost there. I'm very excited. I hope that you are too. Our sponsors are watching very closely, and they are absolutely inspired. We were able to pick up the slack and get our team up to speed faster than the community that they worked with before. Um, we've only been working at this particular goal, the 10,000 member goal, for about a year. The previous community had been working for 6 years, and it took them 6 years to get that 10,000, and they didn't really have the global presence that we did. They were more of a North America presence, and uh, you'd be surprised that there's so many people in North America, but those people are very, very difficult to get incentivized, I guess. So sorry about that. Um, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the share. I guess I did turn off the share. Are we still in the meeting? Embe, are you there?
Oh, yes, admin, I'm here.
Yeah. Was I sharing my screen the whole time?
You stopped at one point in time.
Oh, okay. I think my screen just went to sleep just a minute ago. All right. So with that, I guess we can go ahead and wrap this one up. We've had a nice long hour meeting. The take-home message for today is vacation is over. It's time to get back to work.
Okay. Thank you so much, admin, for giving us that roadmap. So, guys, you heard the words. Vacation is over. Admin, you said it's time to.
Yeah, it's time to get back to work.
Time to get back to work. All right. So, everyone, unmute yourself, and we all say vacation is over.
Vacation.
Vacation is over.
Vacation is
Vacation is
over.
over.
Vacation is over.
Vacation is over.
Vacation is
Vacation is
over.
over.
And this is time to work
Vacation is
again.
over.
Vacation is over. Vacation is over.
Vacation
Time
is
to
over.
get back to work. Get back to time again.
Leader,
Vacation is
Philippines.
over.